nerves a little bit. Hello everyone, my name is Whitney. Welcome to my channel. This is All Embracing. Thank you guys for joining me. This is my first video. This is something that I've tried before in the past, YouTubing, and I wanted to try something different, okay? So basically, All Embracing on this platform, it's an expression platform based. And what I mean by expressions, I mean like you can be expressive through your knowledge, expressive through experiences, expressive through perspectives. Since I have a very broad personality, I kind of thought this would probably be the best route for me to go, because I tried boxing myself and it didn't work. So I've learned to just accept who I am, and I cannot be boxed, right? Yeah, I can't be boxed. So I want to thank you guys again for just joining me today with my first video. And actually, speaking about expression, I feel like the reason also that I really wanted to come on with this route of my YouTube channel is because I do find like I do have a little bit of difficulty being expressive. Well, not actually being expressive, but I do have difficulty when it comes to formulating the words. So I have all these like expressions and range of emotions and all these stuff that's going on inside of me. But then when it comes to like talking about it, it's not like I just can't seem to get the words out. Like I just don't know what the words are. I don't know what I'm trying to say really, and then it becomes like very difficult for me. And I don't know like who else goes through this, I don't know if it's just me, but like I do I'm Pisces. Not saying that that's any reason at all. I feel like our experiences in life is what kind of like determines who we are in the present moment. So the whole horoscope stuff does not, like, I don't know how I feel about it, like I'm indifferent. But not saying like there's not things that I've read about Pisces that like I do see myself in those descriptions, but I truly still believe it's my experiences that kind of like lead me to be like the person who I am. And so part of those experiences, I feel like it's kind of like allowed me to not really like know how to express myself very well. And it's probably because like emotions are trapped. I mean, some people are probably really good at like expressing their emotions, but not me. Like it takes me many times for me to like come back and say what I need to say, and like it will take me like 4 or 5 times to say it before you can even understand me. And usually that's because I have so many like range of emotions that's going on in there, but I just cannot find like the right words to come out and say exactly how I'm feeling. And I might say, oh, I'm angry, but I'm not necessarily like angry, you know what I mean? Like I'm probably feeling like disappointment. When it comes to like expressions, like we all do it in so many different ways. And recently I've actually learned that when I'm absolutely stressed out, that I tend to do a lot of things with my hands. So not like right now I talk a lot with my hands too. Which you will see like throughout. I'm doing it again. But I do notice that like when I'm stressed out, I tend to like want to cook and clean. I just feel like I need to do something. I need to feel like maybe I'm achieving something. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not really sure. For example, I was really stressed out a few weeks ago, and I decided to just start cooking. So I cooked on Thursday, and I guess I was still stressed, so I cooked on Friday and Saturday too. And Tony is like, oh, like you're cooking again, like where are you cooking? And then on my way to the grocery store, that's when I recognized, oh, I'm stressed out, and this is how I deal with my stress. I cook like a bunch of food. So I mean, it was good. Like we had a lot of food, we had a lot of options, but I mean, he wasn't really happy with it, like money being spent, you know, he don't like that. But yeah, so then I noticed like that's another way that I express myself, you know, like when I'm stressed out, I really don't have words to say, because sometimes I don't even know sometimes like how I am actually feeling. Like I cannot find a true definition of how I'm feeling in that moment. And I feel like I'm trying to figure it out. So when I'm trying to figure it out, like I try to like in the moment of when I'm cooking or cleaning or decorating the house or something, anything that is almost like project like a problem to solve, it gives me things to put together. I feel like that's when I'm able to double down a little bit, recognize what the problem may be, and maybe by then I may find the actual word to describe how I'm feeling in that moment. How do you guys like respond to like, you know, when you're feeling stressed out? How do you find that you express yourself? You know, like, do you find that it's negative? Because I don't know if cooking per se is really negative. Like, it could be negative or positive, I guess. I really don't know. It depends on how you're looking at it. Like, if you're cooking, there's a lot of food, it's positive, but the downside is that you're spending a lot more money because then you're running back out to go and buy more things to cook. So I guess it's better than like buying clothes, right? And just doing like random crazy shopping and stuff like that. But yeah, like think about like how do you find yourself being when you're like stressed out, I guess, or when you're finding that you're unable to communicate yourself in a way for someone to understand, or you're unable to even analyze yourself and you don't know why necessarily you feel the way how you're feeling. Another thing that I've really tried in the past was journaling. So you know, like I am all about self-growth, guys. Like I'm all about self-growth, you know, like I'm not from like 0 to 100 real quick. Like I'm gradual, you know. So there's gonna be times where I pedal back. There's times where I'm just like, oh, you know, like I'm really steady in a particular area of growth. So I tend to like just be very mindful and of myself, and I try my best to like be like a better version of myself than I was before. You know what I mean? So what I tend to do, or what I did in the past, was I tried journaling, right? Because again, I have all these like emotion or expressions that I can't like get out, and I don't really know how to do it. And so I started saying, okay, you know what, I'm gonna journal, right? Like a friend told me, you know what, you should start journaling. I was like, yeah, you know what? At first I was like, man, I don't know about journaling, like, you know, like it's not really for me, you know, like I don't have time. And I actually tried it, and I basically just got like a random book. I first tried like in a blank book, like a composition book. I don't know if y'all know about composition book, you know, that black and white checker looking book. So I got one of those, and I kind of, you know, with these journal, like whatever. And yeah, I tried that out for a bit. I didn't really like it. It was kind of like boring. I got off, and then I purchased another journal book, and this one had like, you know, like features on the front of it. Like it was like stop talking, or quit talking, start writing. So I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a great book. Again, blank on the inside, you know, just did my own thing. But then I noticed that I had a pattern of like you know, like I would only want to journal on the days that I didn't have a good day. So days where it was like, okay, you know what, I'm cool, whatever, I've probably like documented that like maybe twice or 3 times, I don't know, but I could probably count it on my hand how many times I've documented like, you know, like good things. And then I started to notice that I was documenting a lot more on my bad days, and I didn't like that, because I just feel like if I was enabling myself for some reason, you know, like I was just allowing myself to be stuck in that moment of whatever downfall it was, whatever sadness or anger or whatever it is that I was feeling that was negative. I feel like I was just allowing myself to, yeah, I documented, but then it didn't really change anything. And at the end of it, I will just get very like down. And so I just stopped journaling overall. Randomly, I went on Amazon and I wanted to get a like devotional book for me and Tony, and I saw this woman journal book. It was very like pretty and everything, and so I actually have it right here. So it's like a prayer journal for women, and it's a 52 week, so it's for a whole year. I don't know, hopefully y'all can see what this looks like. But I can always like put the link in the video when I'm editing. But so basically it's 52 weeks of scripture, devotional, and guided prayer. And what I really like about this, guys, is that honestly, it's, first of all, it's just pretty, right? It's for women. Sorry, men. But it's for women. I'm pretty sure there's guys version out there too. But yeah, like it's just pretty, and it makes me want to like open and write. It has like a reflection. So there's this part where, you know, like you reflect on a verse, and there's this verse for 1 week, and there's a section over here where you write your reflection, and you don't have to fill this part out in like immediately, so you can fill it out throughout the week. And that little top part is basically like an example of, okay, like what can you think about that, you know, that relates to this situation. So example is, this one's talk about love and inner beauty. And it says, have you ever formed an opinion about something only to change your stance once you learned more about the subject? You know, and then it allows you, like it asks you more questions, like, you know, like how did the experience make you feel? What are the things that were difficult for you? Were you able to talk to God about this? Have you, you know, what do you think, or why do you think this is for you? You know, so I really like this because like I'm not just journaling just to journal's sake. I'm not just journaling on a blank piece of paper, you know, like I have some sort of like guidance that really helped me broaden my thinking, help me to focus more on what the problem is. I'm able to write down my problem, but I'm also able to think about it, like really analyze, you know, why is this about me? Why do I feel this way? Why am I responding this way? Why am I, you know, and all of this could even be a reason as to why my expressions are not like really great when it comes to verbalizing it, because, you know, like I'm really confused myself because I haven't had the chance to really analyze myself, right, in that moment. So I really like that. And it also has another section for you to like say things that you're grateful for. So thank you, and things that you want to learn, and things that you need guidance on, and what's heavy on your heart, you know, or not necessarily heavy, but what is something that you are looking forward to, you know, some things that maybe you want to accomplish, and what's the highlights of your week, and if you have any prayer requests. And when, you know, there's a section where you can write down where when you start praying for that situation, and then there's a section where you believe your prayers have been answered. And it's just an interesting way. Like honestly, the person who created this journal, her name is Shannon Roberts. Honestly, like the way how she created this journal, I just found that it was just absolutely brilliant. Like honestly, because, you know, like some of us, like we don't know where to start off with certain things, right? We kind of just like we want to do things, we have the urge to do things, which is absolutely fine. It's the right step in the direction. But then when you get there, it's like, I don't know, I don't really know what I'm doing, you know? So I really like this book, this journal, I should say. I really like it. And then to go side by side with it, I have this really pretty Bible. So this was gifted to me, and you know, like, I find like with the journaling, I'm able to focus on myself and implement spirituality into it, because that is something that I do wanted to focus on. And I really struggled with it because you know, like history, you know, in the past, like, you know, you go to church when you were younger, and then, you know, like, you know how sometimes, you know, I'm just saying, you know, sometimes these, you know, church people can be hypocrites, you know? So and honestly, that's a different topic for another day. Like, I feel like that's not great, especially for the young people, you know, because then we complain, oh, like, young people are going astray, young people are this and that, but that's still, we're not recognizing ourselves as, you know, like, walking in Christian faith. Like, we're not doing it any justice either, because we're literally pushing them away based of how we handle like non-believers. Anyways, that's a different story. But what I am saying is that I was in a process of, like, you know, trying to get my spirituality back on track, and I just had so many different Bibles, all these King James version, I think it's called Gideon's or something like that, and then those little testaments, you know. So I used to have a lot of like Bible. I find like I wasn't using them because I didn't understand what it was saying. It was just so like 500 BC. I don't even know, is it 500 BC or 800 BC? I really don't know, whatever. But back in them days, right, you know, like, I didn't understand what the Bible was saying. And so my friend hooked me up on this New Transformation Church. You can stream it online. So you know, they were using NLT versions, and I was like, oh my god, what is this? What is NLT, right? Because, you know, here I am joining the online session with my King James version, right? So anyways, when I saw like the NLT version, I was like, oh my god, I need to get this NLT version because it's so much more easy to understand. So I actually got an NLT version, and then someone gifted me this one, which is also an NLT version, and I just loved it. I just love it so much because, like, look guys, like, look how pretty it is. You're gonna be like, yo, this girl, is she only liking Bibles because they're pretty? But honestly, yo, anything to like get myself on track with spirituality, if it's getting a Bible filled with flowers, fine, you know, anything to help me at this point, because I really do believe incorporating that in your life. So instead of me writing in my journal on my blank pages, you know, all these negative things, you know. So anyways, I just want to know, like what do you guys think about like journaling? What do you think about the like expressions? I know people, some people out there, they express themselves through dancing or through singing, you know, which y'all might see one day. Yeah, not really the dancing part, but or the singing, and you know, that depends, you know, that depends. But yeah, or maybe, you know, you may see me like express myself through cooking one day, but not stress cooking, you know, like, just because I actually do enjoy cooking. So that's another way of expression, you know, like yeah. So y'all let me know, how do you know, interpret the term expression? And when you think about expression, like, what comes to your mind? What action do you want to make? You really have to sit down and analyze, right? Or why you're expressing the way you're expressing, and why you're feeling the way you're feeling. But I think that's all I have to say right now, guys. You know, it's my first video. I hope I said things that are sensible. Because like I said, I'm not boxing myself. This is not something I'm trying to like be like, oh, you know what, I'm only going to focus on this. Like, no, I'm a person with many characteristics. So I don't like, my goal is to just be as fluid as possible. Some days I'm gonna be objective, some days I'm gonna be like totally in the gray zone, which I am in most of my time. But yeah, and I'm really excited to like continue this with you guys. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think about like what the questions that I asked, and I'll definitely link the books in the description box. So I'll put the links there where you guys can purchase them if you're really interested, you really want to like find a way to express yourself through writing, and you know, you want to actually utilize it to the best ability, you're journaling, but you feel like you're not doing that, maybe check this book out, and I will definitely put it in the link. But I think you guys should check it out and let me know what you think. If you purchase it, let me know what you think. All right, so thank you guys again for joining me on All Embracing. Again, my name is Whitney, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.